Hello and welcome to another daily market reading. Today it's Tuesday, I'm on Bitcoin, I'm on the 4-hour time frame, and let's see what the price of Bitcoin is doing today. First things first, we had this impulse up. It looked like we were doing a floor because we were going higher, lower, higher, lower, higher, low, high, low, high. It looked like we were doing the low. It looked like we were gonna have that second push up to do a higher high, but we failed quite miserably, and we lost this higher low. And in the between today and yesterday, we've been having quite a big move down. Okay, during the weekend, if I zoom in a bit more on my previous videos, these are the areas that I identified. Okay, we have a 4-hour gap, which during the whole weekend that we have just gone through was respected quite nicely. It served as the base of this impulse up, which failed and reached the previous high, and then we had this move down. We've also got a 1-hour gap and a ghost daily gap. Now we've lost this 4-hour gap. We have closed, well, we're about to close a 4-hour candle just below it, so this one we can basically nearly even delete it. We don't really need it anymore because it is now fully dead. But we have got two final defense zones, okay, two final support zones where I still think I'm still loyal to my analysis. I still think we have a chance to go back up until we lose this daily gap, this ghost daily gap. As soon as we lose this daily gap, which is between 73,800 and 73,000. Soon as it's lost, we start closing candles below it. That's it. I'm not going to be aiming for 80,000 plus anymore until now. Okay, let me just tell you why I've still got some hope for Bitcoin, because in my humble point of view, I think we do still have a bit of chance to have a move up, and let me just tell you why. Okay, first things first, if we zoom out, I'm on the 4-hour time frame on Bitcoin. We had an impulse up, down, higher, low, high, low, high, low, a high, and then now we were doing a low, but we have lost it. I personally like to give this higher highs, higher low sequence 2 chances. Okay, so 2 strikes. We've lost the first one. Okay, that's fine. That's strike 1 out of 2. And then now, if we do not bounce back up from this ghost daily gap, if we do not get this rebound up, that's going to be strike 2 out of 2. And in my eyes, that is when I'm going to be able to say, okay, that's it. There's no more uptrend. I think we have finished, and we are due to go back down. Okay, because you know, at the end of the day, we did have a massive move up. We you know, we've just gone the price of Bitcoin, if I actually measure it from there up to the recent high, that's a 21% move over the course of 28 days, 9 days, a whole month. Bitcoin has just been going up and up and up and up. So I do think it would be healthy for the price of Bitcoin to, yes, the price is meant to go down, but before going down, I think we are owed a little bit of a move up and then back down. So having said that, I'm going to turn on our indicators, because that's the only way, well, that's the main way that I do my trading. Okay, I've got the signals and all the blocks, which are very useful for me, as well as the smart trend, which is the heaviest and the nicest indicator that I currently use. And by the way, all of these that you are seeing are completely free. You do not have to pay for them. Okay, first things first, we have collided against this daily gap, which was a really big, you know, we've tested it once, we tested it again, and we're having this move back down. On the 4-hour time frame, this ghost daily gap is sitting roughly where the smart trend is and where a 4-hour order block is. Now, the higher the time frame, the more relevant and the stronger the order blocks are using this indicator. So a 4-hour order block tends to be a lot stronger than a 15-minute or a 1-hour order block. Okay, that's one of the things that I like to base my analysis on. So 4 hour time frame, it does look like we are oversold. We do have a bit of red money flow. We are on a 1 hour gap, which I'm gonna go down to next. But you know, we're oversold. We're next to the smart trend. This could just be, you know, a bit of a fake out, making everyone think that that's it, that we've lost it, and then have this move up and then have this move down. It could well be, or we could all be wrong, or I could be wrong, and we are just heading straight down to hell. Okay, so looking at the 4 hour time frame, this looks like quite an ideal place for me to try a long position. We have also got a 4 hour gap sitting below the smart trend, the ghost daily gap, and an order block. So we have quite a few things here lined up, which do look like quite a nice place for a long position. Additionally, I am now going to turn on our pivots and dynamic zones, and we are going to trace just following this, okay, just following these lines, these trend lines that I'm being told to just follow, because this is what the indicator does. It shows you the most professional ways to draw out your Fibonacci retracements. I'm gonna anchor it there and then end it here. First things first, I'm gonna neaten it up a bit, take these 2 levels off so it's a bit less noisy. We can see that all of this area, on top of having an order block, a ghost daily gap, the smart trend, and a 4 hour gap, it is also the golden pocket for this whole phase up. So it does look like, in my eyes, I am probably most likely going to attempt a long position, something like that. I don't know exactly what it's going to look like, but I do know that I am going to try a long position. Okay, having said that, I'm now going to turn these off. I don't need them anymore. I'm going to turn down to the hourly time frame. Hourly time frame, I might risk it and attempt a long position. Maybe not hoping that it goes all the way up, because the 4 hour time frame, it looks like we could be aiming for this daily gap, but we have a one hour gap here. We have the smart trend, which is green, and we are currently on the smart trend. We've got a bit of money flow, because that's a bit of money flow. That's big money flow. That's big money flow. That's big money flow. That's big money flow. This is massive money flow. But that's relatively acceptable, small-ish money flow. So, having said that, I've got a divergence. I'm on a 1 hour gap. I have an order block. Yes, it's a 1 hour order block. They are still relevant. Okay, like here, for example, we created it here. We had a move up. We tested it, and then we had quite a big move up. Okay, so they do work. It's not because it's a lower time frame that they don't work. I still use them. I still think that they work. Okay, so for these reasons, I might personally attempt a long position. Maybe try hold it if the price does look like we do have a massive move up for some reason, and we're not going to this ghost daily gap. Fair enough. That means that I've managed to enter it quite quickly as well. Okay, which I didn't mention, just to make you a bit dizzy. I'm gonna go back out to the 4 hour time frame. I'm gonna turn the pivots back on, and I'm gonna throw a Fibonacci retracement from what I've literally just traced, and I'm gonna turn on the 0.382 level, which is where we currently are. Okay, so I just mentioned the golden pocket is where all of this stuff is, but now we are currently in the 1 hour time frame. We are trading, and we've got a divergence on this level right here, which, if Bitcoin is bullish, it could be quite a good indication to go up. Okay, does this mean that it's 100% guaranteed? No, it means that there's a few things within my whole analysis that are pointing at the fact that we could be going up. Okay, maybe I am wrong, okay, because I do not have a magic ball. I don't have a crystal ball, so I do not know what the price is really going to do. Okay, Having said that, we can move on to this. Well, this is just the exact same reading as all of the other days. We've got a gap here on the CME futures, which we still haven't cleared. I think we are owed a move up. Let's go clear it, and then let's go down. This gap finishes at 81,200. I think it makes sense. We're so close to it. We're so close to it. It does make sense to go clear it, or maybe not even fully, but like at least not just stop at the gates of it. Okay, that's what I personally think. Having said that, I can now move on to USDT really quickly. This is saying a bit of a similar story, which is why I'm still thinking that Bitcoin could have this move up, and this could just be a massive fake out to make everyone believe that we are going down to hell now. The smart trend on the 4-hour time frame, okay, on USDT dominance, for those of you who do not know, when USDT is going up, the price of Bitcoin is going down, and vice versa. Okay, if USDT dominance is going down, the price of cryptos is going up. Okay, so it's like the other way around. Okay, we're very close to the smart trend, which is purple. Purple means that it is going down. We are oversold, and we are currently trading inside a 4-hour order block. So looking at this, it does look like USDT should have a move down. If we have a move down, that means that crypto should have a move up. Okay, we could very possibly the price of this asset, or the percentage, have this move up just above the recent high, clear this order block fully, and then have a move down. That's my humble point of view. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I think, and that's where I'm going to be putting my own personal money. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. A really quick look on Ethereum. Ethereum's got a really similar thing, where on the 4-hour time frame, we created a 4-hour gap here, which we came and we tested once. We had a reaction, and at the same time we created a 4-hour order block. We've tested, we didn't have much of a reaction. We've come down, and then now we are trading at quite a key level. I'm a bit more, this is giving me a bit more safety. I am more lenient on trying a long position here, because on the 4-hour time frame, I'm oversold. The smart trend is green, which means that it's still going up. We are currently in a 4-hour order block, and we are basically touching a 4-hour gap as well. Having said that, it does, there's quite a high chance, it's never guaranteed, nothing is 100% guaranteed, but I think I'm personally gonna try it. If it works out, but I am obviously not going to do a massive stop loss. I'm not going to risk it. I do know that we are in quite a key level. I'm not going to do something stupid like that. I am going to have more of a more narrow stop loss, just because we are on quite a key level. Okay, I am also not going to put 100% of my whole account. I'm not going to put a ton of money into this trade, because I am very well aware that we are on a really key level. We might lose it, and if we do lose it, there is quite a high chance that it is going to plummet down. Okay, so I'm not going to go with massive risk. This is not a trade where I'm trying to make a million. This is just a trade because I think, based on my technical analysis, that we still have room to go up. Once we do go up on Bitcoin and on Ethereum and on most cryptos, I am then going to seriously think of a bigger short position, okay? Because I will be waiting for a bigger move down. But for now, this is not a trade that I think is 110% sure that I'm going to risk my whole life savings on. I'm not going to have a massive stop loss because it's quite a risky trade, but I think it is worth the risk, okay? Because if we do get a move up, if we are looking for a higher high on Ethereum specifically, or just a retest to this daily gap, that's roughly an 8% move. That's not bad. On the 20x leverage, you do the maths, okay? So having said that, that's my reading for today for Bitcoin. We will see if I was right or if I was wrong, and then see where else we can look for any more trade positions, okay? Thank you very much for watching. Please leave a like, please subscribe, because they're 2 free things that you can do, which help us out quite a lot, okay? Thank you very much for watching, and see you tomorrow.